How can we even begin to share about this woman that we're privileged to call Mom? There's so much I could share, but today I want to honor the example she set in her faith, her hope, and her love. Looking through the messages we've sent each other and recalling conversations of these past few years, I'm struck with the depth of her faith on this journey through the valley of the shadow. She simply never wavered or let go of her promises. She strengthened herself in God and in His Word and was unshakable in her peace and trust. The waters of fear and the fire of sickness did not overcome her. We saw it. I know that she's among those mentioned in Hebrews 11, who died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar, were assured of them. That is her testimony. Her hope was unwavering, even in her last moments. In the hospital, as she battled pneumonia and could barely form words, in between her labored breaths, she told us, "I am confident, I am hopeful, I am weary." Her hope stood firm, even as her body failed her. She was a wellspring of radiant joy and a beacon of hope in health and in affliction. And so I know that she overcame this disease, and it simply could not touch her spirit because God was in the midst of her and she could not be moved. And yet, as great as her faith and her hope was, her love was even greater. The evidence is here in this room, you and me. She would often tell the family she felt like she couldn't get anything done, whether projects at work or at home. But we can all see why. Loving us was her full-time occupation. She couldn't get to work on time in the morning because she'd been up in the middle of the night interceding for you or for me, probably for Michael. But she was late to an appointment because she was picking up a card for you or for me. She really spent herself on those she loved. And we've all been recipients of that love. And I imagine it's changed most of us in this room. It changed me. She was so generous with her love, and she just kept giving it until it finally broke down walls in me. I see my heart and how much it's hurting, and I realize how deep her love penetrated. She broke into a place in me that few break into. She won my trust through her extravagant love. And I realized that even more than teaching me how to love, she taught me to receive. Her love taught me it was safe to receive. It was okay to be weak, to be needy, to let my guard down and ask for help or for prayer. She was an amazing mom, and the family culture that we all have is a result of her labor. She managed to win the heart of her kids. She spoke the truth boldly, and she wasn't afraid to tell us something that might even hurt us if she knew it would set us free. And we usually did receive it because we trusted her heart. She led us in building up each other with words of encouragement, and in doing so, she established this amazing culture of honor in our family. She showed us how to worship, to hear from the Lord, and to intercede. And to me, she's gone beyond the title of mother-in-law, and she's actually mothered me. She's nurtured me, built me up, served me, and befriended me. She really loved me as her own. She loved to teach Sean that she loved me first, even before he did. She loved to kind of hang that over him. I miss her so much. I miss her laugh, her depth, her wisdom, her encouragement, and the way that she somehow just always knew when I needed someone to come alongside me. Love is the legacy that she leaves behind. Love is what she's deposited in all of us here. And love is a force that tends to grow, to expand, to be amplified as it's passed on. So let us be good stewards of that love that God has planted in us through her labor. And let's let that love bear fruit and burst forth out of us. None of us can ever be Mary Zias or look exactly like her, but we can pour ourselves out for Jesus and each other like she did in our own extravagant way. I want to carry on her legacy of love. I love you, Mom.